I never really had a chance to do a big, gigantic group trip with a bunch of like-minded African Americans. And that made a massive difference. Like I remember one couple, Brian and Cookie. I don't have their last name in my head, but Brian and Cookie. Brian had been a firefighter for 20 something years or 30 years, I think. And his wife Cookie was this amazing lady. And I remember talking to them and just talking to everybody. I mean, all the people on the trip. There were young people, older people, male, female, a lot of guys. We actually formed a men's circle while we were there. A guy named Ronald Williams and his daughter Fatima. His daughter Fatima has a PhD from Rutgers University, and she was there. And we all got together and we were sitting there talking as men. And these were just just good men, solid men, the kind of men you're not going to see on TV, the kind of men CNN will never feature, the kind of men that you're not going to see in a rap video. These were, even though we're all familiar with hip hop, where whatever, but these were just men who respect black women, who are bettering themselves, who work hard, who want to improve who they are. And that was the energy, that was the vibe, and I really felt good because I said, okay, so this must say something about me in terms of how I try to carry myself through the world. I ain't no perfect man by any stretch. Where none of us are. But I try to be the person that I really, not just the person I am. I try to be the person that I need to become, right? I'm always thinking like, how do I become the guy, that guy? How do I fill the shoes of that guy that I really want to be? And it's very intimidating, it's very difficult, but it's always like, okay, let's look forward and up. Never look down. We're not going to look back. So we're not going to dwell on mistakes. We're not going to be a bottom dweller. We're not looking for low vibrational behavior. We're looking for higher vibrational behavior. So we were sitting with these men, and these men were different ages, all the way from the 20s up to Mr. Williams, who was, I think might be in his 60s, maybe 70s. And just, I think he's like a fifth degree black belt or something, right? So he's really a smart, disciplined man. And we had the best conversation. And all the men were building on each other. And the women, were connecting and everything else. And I just think this is the kind of space that where you can grow and feel okay, not having to be ratchet. Right? You can feel good. Not, like if you don't drink, no one's gonna make fun of you because you don't drink. Because maybe you have a feeling that alcohol is not healthy for you, right? So it doesn't mean that you can't drink though. There were people there who did drink, and nobody made fun of those individuals either. It's just more like if you don't drink, no one's gonna say, "Well, why don't you drink? Why don't you hit this Henny? Why don't you drink this 40 ounce with me? Why don't you get some Cristal? Yeah,